Aging meat is one of the keys to quality meat. Aging is the process of hanging or storing meat under controlled conditions for a few days up to several weeks to increase the quality of the meat. During this period, natural enzymes in the meat begin to break down the fibers in the muscles, resulting in a more tender steak. Rather than drying the whole carcass, some butchers dry age smaller sections of beef, such as the short loin. As the meat ages, it loses moisture, discolors, and forms a crust, which has to be trimmed off and discarded. Whether smaller sections or the whole carcass is aged, the butcher or producers must incur increased storage costs to keep the beef refrigerated for a longer period of time. Typically, the longer they are aged, the better the meat. But this all translates into higher costs to the consumer. Meat that has not been aged properly will contain much more water. This excess moisture will stretch the fibers of the meat, causing more moisture loss, resulting in a drier piece of meat once cooked. The other method of aging is called wet aging. The beef is sealed in a vacuum-packed bag to prevent moisture loss, resulting in more money for the producers. This also means the meat will be more wet when cooked. And like we mentioned before, this is not necessarily a good thing when it comes to cooking your steaks. Another thing to note, if you do buy wet-aged meat, which is totally acceptable, there may be a slight odor when you open up the package. Don't be alarmed, this is normal. It's caused from the buildup of trapped lactic acid. Simply rinse the meat under cold water and then pat dry.